Hello YouTube, here we go with the comic books that I got this week on my pull list. I got 9 this week, and we'll start off with the 6th and final issue of the Dead Body Road miniseries. I like this cover. I think they've done a good job with all the giant logo covers they've been doing. This is, like I said, this is the 6th issue of the miniseries. I always say I'm going to read all the issues together when I get the last issue of a miniseries, but I never seem to have the time. I'll probably end up reading this last issue by itself, and then maybe sometime in the future reading the whole thing as one big piece. But until then, it's been a good series. Ex-cop getting revenge on criminals for killing his girlfriend. Nothing particularly groundbreaking, but very well executed. Okay. Next, we have Thief of Thieves, number 21, The Hit List, part 2 of 6. Last month started a new story arc for Thief of Thieves, and as I sit here, I can't for the life of me remember exactly what it was, but I do remember I liked it. Thief of Thieves is a caper book, which you don't see too many of. He's the thief who wants to retire, but they won't let him. You know, once again, nothing terribly original, but you don't see many of those type stories in comics, and it's well done. I enjoy it. Can't say I'm overly fond of this cover. The white suit doesn't thrill me. I guess there's a scary guy behind him, but it's just an average cover. Not great, not terrible. But Thief of Thieves is a good book. I enjoy it. And now comes The Massive, issue number 23, part 2 of a 3-part story, Sahara. And let's see, I can actually remember the first part of this one because it took place not in the ship and in the ocean. It took place in the desert, and it's a story. This particular story arc, I think, was about just people trying to get by in the post-collapse world of the Massive. They had some sort of operation going on where they were bringing food or water to people or something like that. I can't quite remember, but it was an on-the-ground type operation. And I think last we knew, some women got some job as security guards, and things went wrong, and now they're the only ones left as security guards, and they could be in trouble. We'll see with this issue. This series has really grown on me. I think it took a long time to get good, but now it's good. Southern Bastards, number 2. I really did like number 1. And it went right on my pull list, so I'm looking forward to number 2. I think I read online that Jason Aaron, the writer, was also the writer of Scalped from Vertigo, which, interestingly enough, I didn't like at all. I know a lot of people liked Scalped, but it left me cold. But I am thoroughly enjoying Southern Bastards. Story of a guy, an older man who's going back to his old hometown to finish up doing some stuff with his uncle's house and estate, and of course he gets mixed up with some of the criminal locals. Once again, a return to your hometown story. Nothing terribly groundbreaking, but something you don't see in comics that often, and it was very well done. So I'm going to continue on with this series. And then we come to Mind Management, and a takeoff on the Magritte This Is Not a Pipe famous painting. This is one of my favorite comics. If I were to make a top 5 list, which I won't do because I'm not a huge fan of lists, this would definitely be one of my top 5 list. I enjoy it thoroughly. All sorts of crazy spy stuff going on with it and strange superpowers. I've read some of Matt Kint's writing in some Valiant books and some other things, and as I often find with these guys, I like their creator-owned stuff a lot better than their work-for-hire stuff. And this is a, well, I assume it's a creator-owned book. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I wonder if all Dark Horse originals are. But anyway, this book is just well done. It's a lot of fun. It's got a good, exciting story. And the artwork is nice and a bit different. It's not your typical superhero art. It's more, watercolor, sketchy, Bigfoot style art. But I like it a whole lot. It's very good stuff. Next we have Harbinger. I just knocked 3 Valiant books off my pull list the last 3 weeks. I knocked off Unity, Archer and Armstrong, and Bloodshot. I just wasn't liking them that much anymore. And I think Harbinger is actually going to be canceled in a few issues. So it's not that they're bad or anything. It's just that I'm kind of tired of them. And there's so many good books out these days that they don't make the cut. But I'm going to stick with this one to the end just because it's just a few more issues. And why not? I like it. Unity was written by Matt Kint, who writes one of my favorite books that I just... Mind Management that I just talked about, but his Unity was just But this one's still on the list, and X-O Man of War is still on the list so far. We'll see. I might pick up Armor Wars this summer to see how that is, but other than that, my Valiant pulls are getting fairly thin. Next, we have Deadly Class number 5. Nice designy cover on that one. Not too striking from a distance, but when you get up close to it, it's got a lot of nice little elements in there. It's got some sort of crazy clown in yellow in the background stabbing that guy in the head. Nice stuff. This is a good book. It's a fun book. Once again, it's a book where when I repeat the concept of it, of a high school for assassins, that just makes me groan. That's not a concept that really thrills me, but it's well done. I think they're pulling off do an excellent comic with that concept. Like I said, if you told me that concept, I would go, ugh. But I like it. Good book. Check it out. And it takes place in the 80s. Who isn't nostalgic for the 80s? Next up is Revival Chew number 1. I don't buy Chew. I read the first issue of it and it didn't really interest me, but I buy Revival, so I figured I'd give this one a try. I have no idea what it's going to be about. I have no idea how they're going to cross them over, or if it's just some sort of flip. I think, is it a flip book? Oh yeah, it's a flip book. There's the back half. So, I picked this up because I'm a Revival fan. I don't know what to expect from it. I'll let you know. Finally, a new series. Warren Ellis and Jason Howard, Trees. I'm not sure who Jason Howard is. I really have to make an effort to learn the name of a lot of these new artists and books I'm picking up. Being that I'm a Bronze Age baby, I can name all the artists that I from my childhood all through the 80s and 90s, and then I get to the 2000s and I just kind of drift. There's all these new artists whose work I like, and I still haven't learned their names. It's bad of me, but I'll learn all their names eventually. But it's Warren Ellis's name that sold me this book. Something about sentient alien trees. I have no idea. We'll give it a read. I'll let you know if it makes the cut or not. Catch you later, YouTube. Over and